And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying or something, but they were just in denial.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times video games tackled serious issues.
It's too much.
First time we see each other in 10 years, and it's hi, Tyler.
Oh, sorry,
It's fine, Allison.
Do you see a rainbow in a pebble? I'm here, Manju. Have another pancake.
For this list, we're looking at when video games comment on real-world situations. Let us know in the comments which of these issues you've experienced in real life. Number 10. Debt. Kentucky Route Zero. In this underrated indie game, the three-man development studio Cardboard Computer aimed a microscope at debt and its effects in the US. The mysterious corner of Kentucky the game is set in has been bought up and taken over by the Consolidated Power Company, which has left the communities it now owns to rot. Everybody in Kentucky is indebted to the power company, and the insidious effects of debt and financial insecurity are the game's main themes. Everybody is struggling to make ends meet, and the game's creators have said more than once that it's a response to the Great Recession and the 2008 financial crash.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is taking over the world. It has over 76 million players in 195 countries and 375,000 active clans. Raid lives up to its name with over 350 million raids a month or 11 million a day. Use the links below to download Raid for free on mobile or PC. Let's go over some awesome looking champions. This is Jintoro, a legendary samurai built for slicing his enemies to bits. And here we've got Soul Drinker, definitely one of the coolest looking demons around who can deal some serious damage. And this month, Raid has tons of summer activities and events for players, including special fusion events to summon a brand new legendary champion, PvP tournaments, and much more. There's also 5 new legendary champions ready to fight, and they all look crazy powerful and fun to play. Hit the link in the description or scan my QR code and you'll get an epic hero Chonoru who's great for the Doom Tower, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion when you get in game. All these rewards will be waiting for you right here.
Number 9. The Gig Economy. Cloudpunk.
Oh, thank God. This will change everything. Where do I sign?
Millions of workers worldwide are now part of the gig economy, where they're independent contractors who don't have the same rights as full-time employees. It's a controversial arrangement, to say the least, with supporters saying it offers freedom and flexibility to workers, while others say it's unfair. Cloudpunk tackles this directly. You play as Rania in the cyberpunk metropolis Nivalis, during her first night on the job as a delivery driver for the barely legal Cloudpunk company. Rania is dragged into a Blade Runner-style world of conspiracies and precarious working conditions, in a clear commentary on modern labour.
Perhaps I'll be an executive at one of those big corps, hiring and firing. I would love to fire a human one day.
Number 8. Immigration. Papers, please. In the faceless, brutalist country of Arstotzka, it's your job to man the border and decide who gets to come in. If you don't process enough people quickly enough, you're not going to be able to feed your family and keep the lights on. The game starts out simply enough, but over time, more and more arbitrary rules are added, giving you more documents to search through to decide whether people have a legitimate reason to enter the country or whether they're a fraud. It's a game about how difficult it can be to immigrate and about life under authoritarian control, as your decisions could enable or prevent various violent incidents. Number 7. Domestic issues. Among the Sleep.
Okay, sweetie. Be a dear and play for a bit. Mommy will be right back.
Marital strife from the perspective of a toddler named David is foregrounded in Among the Sleep, which takes a look at how even young children understand when something is amiss in their home life. It starts off simply enough, but things rapidly deteriorate as you're forced to explore a nightmarish version of the house. It represents how scary even an ordinary house can be for a child who feels totally alone in the world, and thinks it's his job to save the people who are supposed to be taking care of him. Unfortunately, this type of trauma is something many can relate to.
It's too much.
Number 6. Homophobia. Gone Home.
And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying or something, but they were just in denial.
After spending a long time travelling Europe, Katie Greenbrier returns to her family home to find everybody missing. She explores the house and eventually unravels the story of her younger sister Sam, coming to terms with her sexuality after she meets and falls in love with a girl named Lonnie. Set in the 1990s, the game shows Sam struggling both to understand how she identifies and to get her homophobic parents to understand too. It ultimately turns out the house is empty because Sam and Lonnie have run away together. Gone Home expertly addresses how it feels to be LGBTQ+ and have the most important people in your life not accept you.
And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
Number 5. Homelessness. Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Here we go where? I said I'd teach you how to make money, didn't I? Watch closely. This is how we do it.
The Yakuza games have always addressed serious issues at their heart, and Like a Dragon continued that tradition. After spending 20 years in prison for a murder he took the fall for, Ichiban Kasuga is finally released, only to end up shot and seemingly left for dead by the patriarch of his Yakuza family. He awakens in a homeless camp, having been patched up by down-and-out nurse Namba, and comes face to face with the realities of life on the streets. But Like a Dragon humanizes homeless people in a way a lot of media doesn't. They're real people who go to incredible lengths just to eke out a living in a hostile society that would rather forget they exist.
By the way, you'll have to take the stitches out by yourself when it's healed.
Number 4. Trans rights. Tell me why.
We saw our file. We know about social services. Why? Why did you turn your back on her?
Another episodic narrative-driven game from Don't Nod Entertainment, Tell Me Why was a landmark in transgender representation in 2020. Our main characters are the Ronan twins, Allison and Tyler, the latter of whom is trans, and he's also played by a trans voice actor, August Aidan Black. The game presents trans issues in a simple yet nuanced way, showing Tyler as he has to explain his identity to the people in his small Alaskan hometown. The twins also struggle to come to terms with the role they may or may not have played in their mother's death. And of course, since this is a Don't Nod game, they have strange superpowers too.
I'm open to getting there. But it's gonna take some time before we're a big, happy family.
I respect that.
Number 3. Income Inequality. Fallout New Vegas.
And I suppose they want me to help see that happen? That seems pretty reasonable.
This is bullshit.
The Fallout series has always had a lot to say about America's place in the world. That's never clearer than in New Vegas. Among the issues discussed in this game are slavery, substance abuse, and the perils of trying to recreate old-world societies that collapsed spectacularly. But it also looks closely at income inequality through the disparity between the Strip and Freeside. The Strip was protected by the nukes and is now walled off, with expensive passports necessary for entry, and the casinos restored to their pre-war glory. Freeside, on the other hand, has all the hedonism Vegas is known for, but it's a slum short of everything except more booze for its consistently marginalized citizens.
Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide.
Number 2. Cancer. That dragon cancer.
Oh, guys, give Joel some time. Mom, he threw the whole piece.
Well, Isaac, you gotta give him little pieces. He doesn't understand.
This disease has affected everybody in the world in some way, whether they've suffered from it themselves or know somebody who has. But illnesses, particularly terminal ones, remain incredibly difficult to talk about. That Dragon Cancer was made primarily by Ryan and Amy Green, as a way to commemorate their young son, who tragically died of cancer in 2014. It's a heartbreaking game to play through, giving you a small window into what it was like for Ryan and Amy to raise Joel and eventually lose him aged 5. This heavy-hitting and emotional game will change the way you think about life and death forever.
Do you see a rainbow in a pebble? I'm here, Andrew. Have another pancake.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Racism. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
So you must be Sweet's bro, huh? He phoned ahead, said you might be looking for a car that bounces. Well, I owe him big from way back, so here, this should do the trick.
Though its parodies don't always land, the Grand Theft Auto series has always been about criticizing modern America, whether that's through lampooning mindless reality TV, mocking Silicon Valley CEOs, or discussing police corruption. But despite how over-the-top GTA is, it's not without merit or nuance. Its portrayal of racial inequality in San Andreas isn't perfect, but for a AAA game at the time, it was definitely refreshing. CJ remains one of the few black main characters in any mainstream video game. The story is about gangs and drugs, yes, but it's also about how society can cause these crimes to appear.
This is pathetic. Come on, you're embarrassing yourself. Come on, put it down. Don't be ridiculous, okay? Hey, I got a little surprise for you here. You ready for this? Huh?
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.